The Nintendo Switch is home to the most popular monster taming franchise in the world in Pokemon, but there are several other games you might want to check out for Nintendo Switch. So let's review some of the best monster taming games you can get on Switch right now. Of course, Coromon gets first billing on this channel, and for good reason. Coromon is heavily inspired by Pokemon, but adds many features that Pokemon fans have been asking for. Coromon offers several difficulty modes, a Nuzlocke mode, puzzles, and a charming roster of monsters that shine in this 2D pixel art adventure. Coromon also features a very accessible PvP mode that only requires you to level your monsters up to about level 60 or so to learn certain moves, grab some PvP items, and then you're ready to go. Coromon also offers many quality of life improvements, and a massive update to the game is poised to be released in a few months that will provide an overhauled story, new Coromon, and a mobile release. Coromon is one of, if not the best Pokemon-like available to play, so don't miss out. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is the most mature and dark game that will appear on our list. Instead of cute monsters who are devoted friends, you're working alongside demons that can be recruited by successfully convincing them to join your team via conversation and negotiation. Once you have a demon in your party, you can then merge those demons to create more powerful party members, all while traversing an open world and allocating skill points to your character in an RPG format. This game is tough to play through, and you might find yourself running back to heal your team after a few overworld encounters, but as you continue through the game, more fusion options open up and your character becomes more powerful, allowing you to take on more and more threats without needing to heal your team. The game is semi-linear with tons of optional content to engage with, and the game takes itself very seriously. The atmosphere and tone of the game make it extremely easy to get sucked into this world, and the story is solid with heavy overtones and tons of morality questions throughout. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is a great entry point for new players to the franchise, and returning fans will find many quality of life features that make this game one of the best in the franchise. With over 40 hours of gameplay, an open world, a deep rewarding fusion system, RPG elements, and an overall interesting tone, you won't find many monster taming games like Shin Megami Tensei on our list. Monster Hunter Stories 2 takes a much different approach to the Monster Hunter universe by implementing gameplay mechanics found in other monster taming games such as Pokemon and Coromon, and there's a much larger emphasis placed on the game's story compared to the mainline games. In Monster Hunter Stories 2, you're a rider, which are people who raise, befriend, and team up with monsters rather than hunt them, and you have 100 monsters to collect in the main story, and once you've beaten the main story, you have 150 monsters to collect. Each monster has a preferred type that feeds into a rock, paper, scissors combat system, and monsters also have varied special moves, abilities, and buffs. Since Monster Hunter Stories 2 has many common JRPG elements, you'll experience turn-based battles and party building. There's a Monster gene and skill system that allows you to further maximize the potential of your companions, and adds even more depth to a game that has a surprising amount to offer. You'll need to sacrifice monsters via rite of channeling to enhance the genes of the monsters you want to improve, and the system unlocks after a few hours into gameplay. If you're a fan of the Monster Hunter series, Monster Hunter Stories 2 might have you rethinking your relationship with the monsters that populate the various biomes in the universe. Though instead of hunting monsters, you're stealing their eggs, you do eventually become their friends. Monster Hunter Stories 2 is an incredible addition to the monster taming library on Nintendo Switch, even if you have no previous experience with the Monster Hunter mainline games or the first Monster Hunter Stories game. If you're a fan of Digimon games, Digimon Stories Cyber Sleuth the Complete Edition is a must-own for the Switch. You get two of the best Digimon games ever made, your field guide progress transfers to both game playthroughs, and the Digifarm levels up Digimon while in sleep mode, and the Digimon roster is the second most expansive roster you'll find in any Digimon game. Not only that, the game runs amazingly on Nintendo Switch, and the story and characters are extremely solid and enjoyable for older fans of the franchise. The gameplay mechanics are traditional turn-based combat, which is easily picked up by gamers of any skill level. Digimon Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition also offers post-game content that includes DLC that sees you take on the Demon Lords, Royal Knights, and Dark Masters. I really can't recommend these games enough for monster taming fans. Digimon World Next Order is the most recent Digimon to come to Nintendo Switch, and is probably the truest monster taming game on this list because Digimon World Next Order is a sequel to the original Digimon World, which is based around raising your Digimon partner. In Digimon World Next Order, you have two Digimon partners that go through several life cycles in-game. In addition to training and raising your Digimon partners, you're also tasked with saving the digital world while building the city of Flotia, requiring you to recruit different Digimon throughout the digital world. Battles are in real time with your player character giving orders to your Digimon partners. Digimon World Next Order is a solid Digimon adventure, but the gameplay is very different from Digimon Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory. But if you enjoy virtual pet raisers, Digimon World Next Order is a can't miss Nintendo Switch game. Monster Sanctuary is easily one of the most enjoyable games I've played in years, and that's across any genre. By utilizing Metroidvania mechanics with solid monster taming staples, including a fantastic monster roster, Monster Sanctuary features gameplay that is unique compared to other games on this list. The monster roster is outstanding with 111 available monsters and profound monster lore that's closely tied to the story. The core 3v3 battle system is so intricate and rewarding of creative team building that you can try countless team combinations for each run of your game. In battles, monsters utilize their skills, ores, and equipment to defeat opponents, focusing on combinations and team execution. While other games in the monster taming genre might be geared towards more casual play, Monster Sanctuary encourages the player to engage with the game in critical ways that allow the true strengths of the game to shine through. If you're looking for a game that encourages strategic battles, has a relatively deep skill and battle system, and a solid monster taming roster, all with side-scrolling adventures and travel, you'll definitely want to play this game. Pokemon fans have been spoiled with the number of games released in recent years, but depending on how you feel about Pokemon Legends Arceus, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl, and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, you might be disappointed with at least some of the Pokemon offerings. Pokemon Legends Arceus and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet stand out as the strongest, most recent offerings. Pokemon Legends Arceus changed Pokemon gameplay drastically, focusing on an open world adventure set in the past, which sees your character jump into the fray to catch wild Pokemon. You're also encouraged to catch many different types of Pokemon as you complete your field research on Pokemon which are seen as dangerous, wild animals. Pokemon really found something special with the new catching mechanic, and many fans have begged to incorporate this capture system into all Pokemon games. Additionally, Legends features the first open world in Pokemon, which is later expanded upon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. If you love Pokemon but want to experience the franchise in a new way, check out our review of Legend Arceus and check out this game for Nintendo Switch. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are divisive entries into the Pokemon franchise because they do so much so well, including 3 main storylines, a completely open world design, and a host of new exciting characters, and new Pokemon to train throughout your journey. Unfortunately, the game released with subpar performance that many fans are not willing to look past. You will likely experience frame drops, stuttering, clipping, and other issues as you make your way through Scarlet and Violet, but besides those performance issues, which need to be considered, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are fantastic Pokemon games that any fan of the monster taming genre will definitely enjoy. The last spot on our list goes to Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch, a game that was developed as a sort of passion project for developer Level 5. Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch is a love letter to classic JRPGs featuring the famous art style of Studio Ghibli. The story is surprisingly heavy for a game that features such a young protagonist and childlike art style, but the strong storytelling and themes work extremely well with the overall vibe of the game. Ni no Kuni implements a mix of real-time and turn-based battles, and your familiars serve as party members that assist in battles throughout your journey. Similar to other monster taming games, you're able to level up your team members and they eventually metamorphose into stronger versions of themselves. Your team members learn new attacks as they level up, allowing each member of your team to have a specific role. There are over 100 familiars to recruit and collect, so you have plenty of partners to choose from throughout your game. Between the soundtrack, charming side quests, art style, and plethora of companions throughout the game, there's a good chance you'll enjoy this carefully crafted game, so don't miss out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe to stay updated on all our future content, and we'll see you next time. Alright, bye everyone.